Xbox Game Pass is so much.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Grinders! We are here. Glorious. Oh, maybe with the title, I shouldn't start with that. Maybe not. Yo, what's up, everybody? Social, the Floyd, Buck, Wraith. First one in here, what's up? Just getting some stuff together. You know, there's a lot of... You've seen the title. There was some Philness that came out today, and then I don't read it all because I just don't want to get all worked up. But now I'm reading it now, so I'm just like, ooh, yeah. Anyway, it just goes in one ear out the other. But first thing I wanted to talk about, and I didn't put it in the title yet, but because I'm gonna have to get more into it, but. Oh, I don't want this guy.
Xbox Game Pass is
what
so
is
much
this,
more
dude?
than a catalog.
Oh, be quiet. I don't hear Game Pass trash. Let's get into this thing here. Yo, what's up, social? So, yeah. So what I wanted, I've been, as you heard last night on the Ultra Preset podcast, I was doing the, I'm about 4 or 5 hours, 5 hours in The Last of Us 2. So I'm gonna jump into more of that tonight. But yeah, I had this time, and I was like, you know what? I really, that mix of thing and some of the stuff that came out with the Halo stuff, that little tease today. And I just wanted to touch on a couple topics and give you some show for the week, at least something, because I don't know when I'll have the time again, this week to do it, and just had the opportunity. So it's prime time, Gears. It's prime time, Gears. Grinds my gears. That's what it is. It's prime time. So probably, who knows? I know there's other podcasts going on, but if you come here to the Grindhouse, you're gonna get the Grinds board with the Philness, and you know we're gonna be talking about that. And now take us right into our first topic: Mixer shut down. So guys, hang on. Grinds your gears. Put it in the comments. Let's go. So with that glorious transition. Yo, Hamana, what's up? So with that glorious transition, guys, we come to the biggest news of the week, which has been really, really, really crazy. So to put some stuff in perspective, earlier this week, there was a tweet that came out, and they was talking about some comments that were made from a boss at Mixer, and he was a former Mixer employee, and he escalated this, and Mixer was trending, I think, on Sunday night, and it was all because there was this internal racism and accusations that are being made, and the reason why this even involves anything to do with gaming is that they pull out their golden ticket, Phil Spencer, to now have a discussion with this person to talk about what happened. And Phil's like, I'm meeting with him tomorrow. Well, that was in the morning of Doomsday. Right before that meeting, a tweet comes out, and they go, guys, Mixer will be shut down July 22nd. Go to Facebook Gaming. Partner. What? Shut down? All people wanted was just fix it, get rid of the people that are toxic in the community over there, and they basically just shut it down, abandoning all that community and all those streamers, all those people that built a reputation, the swag, the marketing, all that stuff done in a blink of an eye. A blink. Yeah, Sam. Last of Us 2, I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. But in a blink of an eye, they just shut down Mixer. And it had a lot of problems, Wraith. And I did highlight some of those things when I was doing, when they did the Ninja stuff. And I said that Ninja was like a last ditch effort. Like, they dissolved their customized content that they started with, and basically they decide to just throw money at the top dogs over on Twitch and bring them over, thinking that will cause some influx. There's a lot of stuff going on internally at Microsoft, and some of the stuff has come up, and I do think the shutdown of Mixer really was something that, I'm just amazed at how abruptly it is. It wasn't like a transition off to a new, this is just not working. Like Windows Phone had a better transition period than Mixer. Mixer's just like, goodbye, no more. They're pulling it off of the dashboard on Xbox. You can't stream to Mixer. All you can do now is Twitch, and it's just gone. They're not going to add Facebook marketing or Facebook anything on the Xbox. There's no integration. So that partnership is, I just think it was a spin, because they said they had a partnership with Spotify, and it was basically they're endorsing their competition. Basically, they're like, yo, we're done. So we maybe sold some assets, and maybe some of your partners will go get paid if they go over to the Facebook will honor some of their reputation that they gained on Mixer. That's the transition period. But that's as far as it goes. Then they're just like, we'll just put xCloud on Instagram. Okay, whatever. The thing is that you are banking on services. You are banking on Xbox Game Pass subscriptions and this whole kind of like loyalty type that you're trying to grow. And again, the typical Microsoft where they just abandoned a service, abandon a feature. This is bigger than that. They abandoned a community that built on that. And you think that community is going to talk nicely about Microsoft, nicely about Microsoft services? Dude, they're not. Yo, what's up, Salty? How you doing? They're not. I'm going to talk about that article Salty sent me. Salty sent me an article on Twitter. And he, but they destroyed a community, dude. And they're going to have a lot of vocal people, influencers. Remember Phil Spencer said, more people are watching games than playing them. That's why Mixer was a thing, because more people watch games, and they needed a platform for that. So and it was pretty funny, because when Ninja went over, a lot of, the guys wanted to go over to Mixer and stream and, things like that. And they're like, come on, Jazz, do a Mixer thing. And I'm like, I did some of it. I got like 17 followers over there. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to build an office, because Microsoft has a reputation for dropping stuff. And I thought that Ninja thing was a desperation attempt. And I said it in, where is it? In my video. Where was it? 8 months ago. Because also their founders left of Beam. They left as well. And where is it? Right. And there you go. You might hear double now. Banning people for a month. No, I'm not falling for that anymore. Now I have a $100 card right here that's worth nothing. It is. This is me. Yeah, October. Let's pull it back. What's up, Karen? How you doing, man? Let's pull it back. How many products have I purchased that they pulled back on? All of them. I'm done. The last product that I thought was going to survive is the console. Pull out of that too. Our PCs and phones and you know what? Good luck trying to sell your next platform. That's right, man. And they had a subscription music service before anybody even else did. It was just iTunes and Zune Pass, and they still failed. They made it. They made it. Groove
Who's this
music,
guy?
And then when Groove Music
Who's this
failed,
guy?
they go, guys, go sign up for Spotify. I still got my $100 Groove Music gift card right here. That's
I
worth
do. It's right
nothing.
here.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Microsoft. I stare at the $100 gift card that I got for Groove Music when it came with your Play and Work bundle when I was subscribing to your trashy ass Office 65, 365, and your piece of shit OneDrive. No, I'm not falling for that anymore. Now I have a $100 card right here that's worth nothing. I'm done. You guys got to man up and deliver on what you believe in and stop just kind of pussyfooting around. Well, it's going to stay in beta. We're going to, you know what? Mixer's still in beta. We're still going to send invites out. Too late, dude. Too late. Too late. Your two co-founders are left. Ybarra, who pushed the hell out of Mixer and streamed his ass off on that thing, left. And now is streaming on Twitch. He's streaming on the Twitch. So, let's get this. He just said, oh, hi.
Yeah, this was the thing I was showing.
Minecraft as engagement. They all lump it together. So, it should be fair
Listen to
enough
this guy.
criticize
Who's this guy?
when they are all, when it's not functioning. Because Microsoft bunches all this together. Mixer engagement, it's all engagement. It's all gamer engagement.
But I was a
them.
fearmonger.
Like Phil says.
boo.
Do I have you, Phil?
If someone has a phone,
No, not that one. Do I have you?
how important is
No, I don't have you there. I have you.
right? Would you ship that?
Oh, snap. That was a bad one. I shouldn't have clicked on that one because that one's probably, yeah, that's not the good one. But,
Boo. Fearmonger.
yeah, I don't have that.
You know
Phil
what?
one, but he's like, people are going to watch. You know, he talks about
Listen to this
watching
guy. Who's this?
and playing. Like, more, he said it so many times. Like, more people are not going to be playing games. They're going to be watching games. This is a tall order, man. This is a tall order. And one guy, Ninja, is not going to do it. So, I don't, you know, is it worth it?
That's me.
You know,
Yeah.
it brings down their bottom dollar. You know, if it keeps dropping them and they got to keep changing their metrics and stuff like that, is it worth it? I don't know, man. But with those dudes leaving,
Goddamn Inception right here.
that's right, Sam Ash. Like, Microsoft is a division that it's a company without true identity and supreme lack of focus. You're totally right, and that's what grinds me the most.
Oh, yeah, it grinds him. Yeah, it grinds me
That's
too.
what-
Good talking to you, Jazz.
Yep, good talking to you. So that was one video. That was one of many videos in October when I was calling out the bullshit of that Mixer is just another one of services that Microsoft's going to abandon. Damn. I don't want to be true because this is the thing that pisses me off. The people that work their ass off, and I know some of them, that worked their ass off and streamed and cost money and believed in Mixer and believed that Microsoft was doing something good. Microsoft had goddamn hot dog stands at PAX East to recruit you just in March. They paid millions of dollars to Ninja and friends. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Where are you, bitch? Where are you, bitch? Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Where are you, bitch? Shit, where is it? Where is it? Do I have it? I think I deleted it. Do I have it anymore? Where's my Go Ninja? Oh, I'm just gonna have to sing it. Where are you, Ninja? Just few months ago, paid tons of money. That's the thing. That's why when people they bought studios. Shit. I swear. If Satya wakes up with an itch in his ass, he will snap his fingers and Xbox will be gone. All right? Because Xbox is not essential to their business. It's not. It's the goddamn cloud. It's the goddamn xCloud. Phil motherfucking Spencer was like, the cloud is the future. It's not now. But that's summon a bitch.
The rectangle.
What? It's a PC.
Wait. Yeah. Xbox Series X. Wait, that's not a name.
He goes, the Axeman, the Lawnmower Man himself. He goes, the reason why they partnered with Facebook is because the growth of Mixer was not fast enough for their projections. He says, here we go. Ready? Microsoft has struggled to reach, this is from The Verge. Microsoft, it was my display thing. Microsoft has struggled to reach the scale needed for Mixer to compete with Twitch, YouTube, and even Facebook gaming, which has led to today's decision. Phil, here's his quote. We started pretty far behind in terms of where Mixer's monthly active viewers were compared to some of the big players out there. I think the Mixer community is really going to benefit from the broad audience that Facebook has through their properties and the abilities to reach gamers in a very seamless way. And so basically they couldn't do it, so they're going to bulk up Facebook gaming. And they cashed out Ninja and Shroud. And here it is. This, and he, again, pours out the xCloud. When we think about xCloud and the opportunity to unlock gameplay for 2 billion players, we know it's going to be critically important that our services find larger audiences, and Facebook gives us that opportunity. I don't think we're going to have to wait too long to see the outcome of the collaboration between the two companies to enable the tech Facebook game viewers. They did the same thing with Groove Music and Spotify right here. The thing is, there is... Oh, that's all they said? Exactly, Salty. What stops Microsoft from doing the same with Xbox? The thing is what people don't realize, and realize, like, what I've been yelling from the rooftops when everybody just blindly cheers Phil Spencer and friends, and how putting games on PC and in the cloud is so consumer friendly and all this other stuff. They're dissolving the platform right before your goddamn eyes. Okay? They're dissolving it. They're going to do the same thing with Xbox. Mark my words. And I'm saying about 2 years. But it's going to be different what they're going to do with Xbox. Instead, what they're going to do with Xbox is turn it into an app. And the end of Xbox will be the app on a Switch and on a PlayStation. And when that happens, it's over. And I think it's going to be in the next few years. The way they're moving and trying to get their games on the cloud. Think about it. They want you off the platform. They want you to not think of hardware. Instead, they want you to think of Xbox as an app or as a service, just like Stadia. They want you to be platform agnostic, but in their ecosystem. That's them exiting the console business. That's why I think, really, and this is going to come off as really mean, but you are a fool to buy the next Xbox. You are a fool to buy the next Series X. Just like they kind of fooled you with the Xbox One X to buy that, and then 3 years later, supposedly they're getting rid of it for Lockhart, another piece of hardware. You are foolish to buy more hardware from Microsoft because right now, there is an uncertainty. You don't need the hardware to play their games, so I would advise everybody, do not buy a Series X. If you have an Xbox, stick with it, hold on to it. Do not fall for the 12 teraflop. It's never going to be utilized. Don't buy a next Xbox because there is a lot of uncertainty of where Xbox will be. That son of a bitch will sell you a $500 machine and then just cut it off and be like, yo, to the cloud, bitches. You coming with me? to the cloud, bitches. And that's what it is going to say. We're going. That's where we're going.
A huge cloud of shit. Wow. God, I think I smell it. Come on, let's go.
Until you see the hardware being utilized and Microsoft exclusives being put on that hardware, similar to how Sony has demonstrated the power of the PlayStation 5 and games built from the ground up or whatever they are to emphasize the power of the PlayStation 5. July is going to show you a bunch of cross-gen games from Microsoft that are tramp-stamped, optimized for the Series X. There will not be games from their first party that are built from the ground up just with the new hardware in mind because they can't. They got to support their old hardware. Everything from Microsoft in the next 2 years is cross-gen. And that's a fact that everybody just seems to avoid. Oh, no, the medium. That's not Microsoft first party, okay? All the big, the studios. This is the problem. The studios that we've been talking about, all of a sudden, they are committed to a multi-platform development for 2 years, okay? So there will not be a Ratchet and Clank how it's using the power of the PlayStation 5 demonstrated by Microsoft, unless they change their whole mantra, which they're not. And if you think, oh, Microsoft is investing in studios, they will never shut Xbox down. Oh, they're making Series X, they won't shut down Xbox. They're not going to change it. The thing is, they bought this guy just 7 months ago for over $30 million and have him cash out and shut down the service only 7 months later. So if that doesn't put things in perspective, you know, when you chant about $1 trillion company, $1 trillion company is not stupid because they're going to cut their losses. If something's not making money, that will go. And as that's one of the points, again, that I bring up, is during these quarter reviews, they show that the Xbox division is the only division not generating year-over-year revenue. And they're blaming it on Fortnite. They're blaming it on the hardware sales. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's the only division. Fucking Bing is making money year-over-year. It's the only division that's at 0 or negative or 1%. How many more quarters will Microsoft continue to show Xbox at a 0 year-over-year? Give them another year of reporting those kind of numbers, and that shit will be gone. Okay? They're not messing around this time, guys. This is not hyperbole. They are not messing around. If you don't believe me, look how fast they shut down Mixer. God damn it, they were advertising Mixer more than goddamn Xbox. Mixer replaced the booths. Hold the phone. Mixer replaced the booths at all these gaming conventions. At E3 last year, it was basically a Mixer booth. Here. This is it. This is just 3 months ago. There was not even Xbox booths for games. Every one of their conventions was a Mixer booth. This is in January. This is January at PAX South. Ask a partner. Hot dog booths. Then I had them at PAX here at PAX East. Well, that's PAX South. Here you go. Where are they? There they are. They had this. This is what they had. Join Ninja, Gotham, Brittany, Shroud, hey. Gone.
My ass hurts just watching this.
This is just earlier this year. And they shut it down in 30 days. Shut the whole goddamn thing down. Abandoning. I don't care about these people, but the people that really worked for this one. These guys were just money hats. But the people they abandoned, the community they abandoned, disgusting. And it's a horrible PR that they did this at this time. It's just despicable. This one actually is the worst one. This is not like a service or a feature. This is not like Connect or Snap or like, oh, Cortana's dead. You know, Cortana's on your phone. Oh, we're getting rid of Cortana. No, this was people's livelihoods. People left one platform for opportunities at another platform. And you gave them that opportunity, but didn't keep up with the Joneses. And then you just cut it off like that and tell them to go to Facebook. These are people's livelihoods. And that's the problem. And that's been their problem the whole time. That's why, and you know, when you go into things like smart delivery and you know, the cloud and DirectX 12 and all these Microsoft phrases and all these things, even Game Pass and stuff, where the big third-party devs embracing Game Pass? No, Microsoft has a problem with adoption. They'll talk a great game, give it some nice, catchy naming convention, and try to market it, and the developers go, no, thank you. Yo, what's up, Jemiah? Yo, Buck Roger. And they will just say, no, thank you. Guys, like this video, share it out. Let's build those grinders up there. We are prime time tonight. And we still didn't get to the Philness. We're still talking about Mixer and how they shafted all those goddamn people. And I hope every single one of them has something to say about the garbage and trash of their service and how Microsoft treats their community. Because you know what? That's how it hurts. Because this is going to be a last straw. This is going to hurt their PR. They have a system and sign up for 2 years of Game Pass. No, thank you. That was the last time I signed up for anything under your name. You just cut off this community. How the hell are you going to embrace services? Yo, get the hell out of here. What service will you stick around that continually screws you? Like, why would you keep subscribing? But they advertise Mixer more than Xbox. It's crazy. So I don't get into details because I know there's a lot of accusations and things like that, Sam Ash, about the whole Mixer thing. But you know, something that I did, you know, it was interesting about it, and I said it. Yo, what's up, frogs? You know, something so this was the tweet. All right. This was the person, Millie, this guy Millie, he's the one that met with Phil Spencer. Okay? And he already escalated all this to nothing. And apparently he said since it all got dissolved, he's like, well, then who's going to, you know, be reprimanded for this stuff since you just got rid of Mixer? And Phil Spencer, and he's like, I still have never had my meeting with Phil. And Phil's like, well, this thing had nothing to do with the shutdown Mixer. But I tell you, it's really bad timing. Really bad timing. And then he basically dropped the person's name, who it was. It was Natalia Domingo. And you know, there's a lot of people. And you want to know what? These are not small, you know, these are not small, you know, people, like, you know, he had a following, you know? And it all started from this tweet. This is why it trended because of what the article, and this is the article that happened, and this is what he wrote about it, that she used, you know, inappropriate phrases to him, and, you know, he found that offensive. And then see what happens? This is what Phil, they tried out Phil. Thank you for coming forward and sharing your experience. Racism will not be tolerated. I'm having a meeting with you. And then he has his meeting, and then Phil kind of goes around and he goes, and then they just shut down Mixer the next day before his meeting. And the guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Why, I did that. And then Phil had to come out and be like, yeah, because this was the tweet that they just, it's really a mess. Like, it really is a mess. And everybody just kind of, the other issue is that a lot of people just don't like Facebook and the partnership. They don't like, oh my God, not Facebook. And a lot of people were complaining about this aspect of this whole thing rather than the whole, like, them shutting down Mixer. Like, you shut down Mixer to partner with Facebook? Like, oh God. Like, Facebook does not equal gaming at all. Like, really. And a lot of people were upset with that. And I don't know if Phil still has that tweet up. And this is another thing that people got scared about too, where we'll give gamers a choice of where to stream from on Xbox. People are like, oh my God, they're going to integrate Facebook with the dashboard. And then Major Nelson says, no, that's not happening. See, this is what happened here. So he goes, thanks, Phil, for the chat today. I look forward to hearing updates about the issue we discussed and the actions you'll continue for inclusion and diversity at Xbox. And then he goes, the decision on the future of Mixer was not caused by the post. There was some on the bullshit going on. There was definitely some bullshit going on. Because this is what he said. I hope you know me saying what I did yesterday did not make them sell Mixer in 6 hours. Because it's just, because people, I think, will kind of, I don't know what people are doing, but it was a mess, okay? And now all of a sudden, people are like, oh, look, I told you it was going down. Look, I showed you there was no growth. Yeah, but when you point this out, people say, oh, you just talk negative Xbox. You give Xbox such a bad stuff. Dude, this is the truth of what Microsoft is. They are so irrelevant. It's ridiculous. Okay? I don't understand why Microsoft not only lost this generation, they lost relevancy. Okay? Nobody cares what they have to say. They lost relevancy. Okay? Smart delivery. It's the same goddamn thing PlayStation 5 is doing. They're like drunkards, just talking out their ass. Green cheeseburgers. They've lost relevancy. And that's the thing that hurts the most. They lost respect. They lost relevancy. And that is going to take a long time to catch up. A long time. If they even want to. Because it sounds like they're not in it to fight. They just shut shit down. They weren't like, yo, we got to fix Mixer and make it the platform that it should be. No. They just said, shut it down. It's coward. Sony's coming out with Last of Us bangers. Sony's coming out with an incredible console. Competition. It's not about the console, guys. It's about putting our games everywhere and having all... No, you come back and make Xbox better. You say, you got Last of Us 2? Here's our banger. That's what you do. No, instead, what do? They cower. Oh, it's about putting games everywhere and put them on the computer and on the phone. And, everybody, the little Johnny wants to play at McDonald's Wi-Fi. And, oh, my God, he has to play Gears 5 on his goddamn phone. Johnny, he has to play it. Phil's, I'm bringing this game to little Johnny at McDonald's with his fucking Happy Meal. Little Johnny don't give a fuck about Gears 5. So why does he give a shit if it's on his phone or not? Little Johnny wants to play Fortnite. He don't care about your games. Grounded. He don't care about Grounded. People don't care about your games. So who cares where they're playable? Nobody cares. So why are you making it like you got this amazing lineup of games? You got this amazing you don't have amazing content. You got to work on amazing content first, then worry about people playing on their goddamn phone.
No deal.
But this is reality. But in October, oh, you're a fearmonger. You're negativity. Negativity! Negativity I am, right? Yeah. Pointing out the goddamn facts. Oh, the toxic. So toxic. Oh my God. Just because Phil Spencer's teabagging you every night doesn't mean that I gotta fall in line. I don't fall in line. This is how I feel. This is the bullshit. This is the irrelevancy that they are. And what do? They shut the shit down. And cowards. Goddamn bitches. That's what they are. Shut it down. Go to Facebook. Bye. Nobody's buying the console. Let's not make the console better. Instead, let's just put our games on PC. They're cowards. Phil Spencer's turned Xbox into just a cowardly company. They're cowards. They're not innovators. They're not leaders. They're not in it to win it. They just run with their tail between their legs. And they're just going to try to bark up any goddamn tree to take a piss on it. They're a goddamn virus. That's what they are. Goddamn virus. They need their competition to survive. That's what they need. They need competition to survive because they are not willing to let something actually grow. And that's the problem. That's right, Captain Crunch. I'm beating that dead horse. I probably should just give it up. Beating that dead horse. I know, man. It is what it is. But you know what? That's what they said when I was saying about Mixer and that desperation stuff, and Mixer goes down. Yeah, I know. I saw that. So Salty sent me. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me sprinkle some good news. Let's bring some good news. All right. It's all up, bro. Don't worry, Captain Crunch. No problem, man. Let's sprinkle some good news in there. We got some Phil Spencer stuff. Let's sprinkle some good news here. Yeah, exactly. 30 million to Ninja Nut Games. But Salty, know what? They'll tell you that, oh, Mixer is not the same thing as Xbox. Oh, but when there was a problem, they brought out Phil Spencer. Head of Xbox, they bring out Phil Spencer. Yeah, we'll see what Facebook does. But, you know, Facebook is really, like, Microsoft bought Beam. Just to wrap up this whole Mixer thing, Microsoft bought Beam for their technology and rebranded it as Mixer. And their whole point was to stream. Remember, you could use your controller. You could use a controller over the internet and the zero latency and all this other stuff. Like, it was a good service. And that's why people left, too, because they went to it. It was good quality, you know? And they were built a community over it. But last year at E3 is when they started like getting rid of the original content creators. They laid off a bunch of people at Mixer. Then after that, they went into Ybarra left. And I think that was a big thing because Ybarra really ran a lot of Mixer. He left. And then the founders left. And dude, like that's, you know what? And then they had that whole that lady's interview where she's like, oh, I hear that there's the negative people and then there's the positive. You want to be on the good side or you want to be the blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're not going to do blah, blah. And she was like so mean. And I was like, oh my God, you know? She was just so mean. I'm like, that's not how you take criticism as a leader. And yeah, shush. Dude, that was the start of it, and it's been writing on the wall, right? But you can't say that, Salty, though, because then you're toxic Avenger. You know, you can't say that the writing's been on the wall and all this other stuff because according to people, you know what's funny is that some people are coming out, I knew that they were shopping around. Mixer was in trouble, but you as an Xbox content like an influencer and an Xbox person. You never mentioned anything like that because that could be posed as negative news, right? Mixer's not doing too well, guys. You know, I think they're looking for something. No, you hold that news. Instead, you're going to hype up teraflops. but you don't really tell people the truth of what's going on. And this is the bubble that a lot of people live in, is that they just hear the good news or just want to hear what they want to hear. The good news. And not realizing that, when somebody's like, it's not doing too great, right? Oh, no, you're just looking at it a bad way. Okay. So what do you say when it goes, yeah, it was doing bad. Oh, okay. Now you agree. It's gone. Yo, what's up, J0? How you doing? Hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for the support going on here, because now we're going to get into the good news, which was Halo. So they had, oh my God, I don't want to hear the goddamn interview. So they had some Halo news came out today. Where is it? Where is it? So they had. No, I'm not going to be happy, Captain Crunch. I'm not going to be happy. Not when they go to cloud, because the thing is that the cloud's not the answer. I said the cloud and Stadia, that's the thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Carlos Crespin, yeah. It's not going to be happy, because the thing is that I supported a brand that they convinced me that this was a brand. It's a microcosm of exactly what happened with Mixer. You sold me on a brand. You told me that you were legit. You made me invest in all your consoles. Made my family invest in your consoles. Made me a fan. You made me a fan. And then what you do is you flip it right on its head and be like, well, it's not about the thing that we made you a fan of. It's like a football team all of a sudden going, you know what? We're basketball now. It doesn't work that way. And it's just a shame to see how bad it's transitioning. Because cloud streaming and Stadia, look what happened. All the hype for xCloud, talking about it for Stadia. Stadia came out not doing anything. And what is xCloud? They're barking up the wrong tree with xCloud. What they needed to do was create content. You know what will make me happy? If they make some goddamn games that could compete with what the competition's making. High quality, great games, and how, oh my God, should I say the dreaded word of exclusivity? Because maybe those games are built for a $500 hardware that they're selling? Is that too much? Should I not say that? Oops. Uh-oh, here they come. Here come the Xbox police. Uh-oh. I said the bad word. I said exclusivity. Sorry. But instead of getting that kind of stuff, I'm reminded every goddamn time I go to fucking ShopRite and go down the cereal aisle that I could play Gears 5 for $1 and a box of Pop-Tarts. So what are you going to get? Pop-Tart games? Let's see what July is, because July, it's it. I don't want, last E3 was supposed to be it, but people, they wound up that they hang on to those nipples for another year. Oh, no. They're saving it for next gen.
No deal.
July, it's it. All right? I don't want to hear, well, that's a decent show. Wait till August. No. July is the show. Phil's already hyping it up, but again, he's already kind of downplaying it. Because what you want is not what he wants. That's the problem. That's why I'm on this goddamn thing. Yeah, let him come and dislike the stream. Goddamn Philness. That Philness comes and dislike the stream. The thing is, I know what Xbox fans want. Because I want it. It's just, you're sitting there with these false expectations that it's coming. But everything this dude says, everything that they do for the last few years has been anything but. And what they're going to do is they're going to show you some hokey dokey games, maybe tease Fable, and they're going to use and hide. I said this before. They're going to bank and hide behind Halo. Yo, what's up, Merc? But you want to know what? Halo is kind of the only game that Microsoft could show that could gain some interest. A Perfect Dark reboot, I don't think they're going to announce that in July. They're going to show you what the hell Double Fine is making, which, okay, whatever. You're making Psychonauts 2, which is multi-platinum. Maybe they're making another mystery game. The Initiative, maybe they tease something that has potential. But Halo is the only thing they have right now. And Halo has to show. And today, they did something today. They came out and did this little thing.
The hour approaches. Forces occupy the ring. Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will burn. Their brazen defiance will be all but a memory. No more prophets. No more lies. We stand together, brothers to the end. We are his will. We are his legacy. We are the banished.
That's pretty awesome. Now that's actually probably what they should have done the Monday after the PlayStation event. Like, done that little trailer thing. So basically, that's the voice of Atriox. He is the main enemy in Halo Wars 2, which I didn't play Halo Wars 2. I only played the beta and did not like it. I bought Halo Wars 1, but Halo Wars 2 I did not play. But apparently it's a good story, and he's a pretty good enemy. But basically what he is, he's the leader of the Brutes. That once the Prophets and the Covenant disbanded after Halo 3 and Master Chief whooped their ass, the Brutes had a leader, and it was Atriox. And he's a bunch of disbanded rough brutes and things like that. So that is some hints that maybe he's going to be, him and his group called the Banished are going to be the brutes that are in Halo Infinite. I think people are expecting maybe Gravemind and the Flood. But again, it's kind of strange how they're introducing, and I was just thinking about this. I'm like, you know, it really kind of shows how just poorly the story was in Halo 5, because none of these little hints, like even last year's thing and this, really is not teasing what is going to happen next, what it built up to be. And, you know, just kind of allude this to, because technically Halo Infinite is the third part of the trilogy. It is the third part of the trilogy. And, you know, when Halo 3 was the third part of the trilogy, which, by the way, I got invited to the flight to test it out. I think, is it Friday or Thursday? I'm going to test it out on PC, Halo 3. But when Halo 3 was in, it was like the culmination of 1 and 2. Like, you're going to finish the fight, right? And they were building off the hype of Halo 2, like the trilogy is going to close. Like, basically, your third game is the build-up from the first two. Like, the first one, you introduced them. The second one, like, Return of the Jedi versus, like, you know, the Empire Strikes Back, and it's like, now we're going to come back and get them in the third. So, like, for this one being the third part of the Reclaimer trilogy, you had the Prophet, you had you had the what the hell's that guy's name? That I forgot, the bad guy in Halo 4, But then Cortana went rampant. So Cortana's technically the enemy, and she went crazy and released the Guardians and all that stuff. That was 5. And now the band's back together, and the trailer that they shown really was just a blown up Halo ring. Like, okay, they're back. Halo rings are back. But it's sort of like, okay, now the Atriox from Halo 2, from Halo Wars 2 is involved. Okay, we got to see where this goes. So they haven't been really teasing. It's like, the events of Halo 5. This, what happens next. Like, they're not jump from that. Similar to like how, like, Last of Us was like, hey, here's Last of Us 1, and now 2 is going to continuation of there. A couple of years went by. But we'll see as they do more of it. He says that, they're going to talk more about it, obviously, in Halo. He says here about the July event. I feel good about the July and the gameplay that we're going to show. And he said, gameplay? They probably learned their lesson. That we're going to show and showing there and the hardware capabilities. Thank goodness. Teams are working hard to get our July show lined up. We've taken feedback from our last event, and I think people are really going to be pleased with what we're going to show there. Halo Infinite will be a big part of it, and obviously an important title for us. So I'm expecting they're going to have Halo Infinite gameplay. Like, that's going to be the thing. Like, taking the feedback of having gameplay and having Halo Infinite, I think that is going to be the thing. The show doesn't have a definitive date yet, but they're still holding on to it. So the thing is that I'm hyped for Halo, but Halo is the only kind of thing that we really need right now that can really kind of turn heads. Yeah, right, Salty? They pretend that a Halo 5 didn't happen. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I gotta watch that Halo Wars 2 story because I want to see more about the Atriox. Now that I know that he is in, he's a badass and he's in the maybe in the new game. Definitely want to check that out to see. But I'm hyped for Halo. I'm gonna buy Halo on a PC, and probably that's where I'm gonna play it, unless there's something crazy going on with the Series X. But again, I already mentioned before, I'm not confident in their hardware. And it's funny because like that's the complaint that I used to have about Sony because I got screwed with the PSP. I bought the PSP and they just abandoned it, right? And it was all about hacked games and all this other stuff. Then I got the PlayStation 3 later on, and I was like, they don't evolve the dashboard. It's the same dashboard as the PSP. So lazy. They don't have party chat, blah, blah, blah. Sony don't support their products. Like with all that other stuff. And then I played some games. I was like, oh, God of War I was like, you can't deny the games. Even though Sony as a company, I'm not a huge fan of them because I felt like they abandoned the PSP and they really didn't do that much innovation with the PlayStation 3. But then at the end of the generation, I was like, oh, these are some good games. But I went with Xbox because I knew that the Xbox, they evolve their platform. They support their platform. They make it better. And they had Rise. They had Titanfall. I was like, okay, Titanfall's going to be the new Gears. Like, that's going to take us through this generation. It was good for the first few years. But then in 2015, 2016, it went bonkers. It was gone. After Halo 5 came out, Phil Spencer shut down studios. Axeman came around. It's better for you. And the story wrote itself. It's PCs. VR's coming to Xbox. No, it's not. The power is here. $500 console again. No, thank you. Then I'm 2016. I'm like, yo, dude, that's it. I want to see what the PlayStation's about. And I got a PlayStation, and I'm so happy that I didn't hold my ground and deal with the confidence and the hope in Xbox and really not really invest in a PlayStation. Exactly. 2016 on was shit. Yeah, it was. And that's where I had a PlayStation. I watched that E3 in 2016, and I was like, sell me a PlayStation. I'm going to open this if that's a good E3. It was. Opened it up, and I played all their games. And I was just like, you know what? I played more and more and more on the PlayStation. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here. And then they did even more exclusives with PC, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't even need these Xboxes now. I don't have to pay for Xbox Live. I could experience Xbox on PC, and I could play all these PlayStation games, and just that's my console of choice. And I got a Switch for on the go. Perfect world. That's it. But the problem is that I have these PCs, but the games that Microsoft has been showing have just been ugh. and they're all Game Pass stuff. And Game Pass now has become the bane of my existence. Like, I wouldn't mind if they will continue releasing games like Sunset Overdrive, like, you know, partners like with Titanfall, deals like Rise, and I wouldn't mind that. But now, not only did you just make the hardware the most optional thing in the world, but now your games are so forgettable. So now I don't even experience the stuff that exactly, Mark. They used to have Gold Ninja Gaiden. They used to make some. They had Dead or Alive. Like, they made some deals. And what's funny is that Sony, in their announcements, and you saw with the PlayStation 5 reveal, Sony is doing the same thing. They're having their studios make these bangers in the background, take the time that you need, and they're out there using the other money, and they're buying timed exclusives. They're buying content, exclusive content. They're buying games to keep your PlayStation fans satisfied, while in the background, they're making God of War 2. They're making the next big Spider-Man. They're making whatever, like Horizon 3 or those other games they're making. Like, they got their studios working, but what they're doing is that they're still providing exclusive content of a reason why to own the PlayStation. And that's the smart thing. And I'm surprised that Phil did not do the same thing, because they used to do it with Tomb Raider and stuff. But why, if you knew that these studios were going to take time to make these games, that's what people tell me. It takes time to make a game, 4 to 5 years. Believe it or not, I don't think these studios are making that size of a game that's going to take 4 to 5 years. I think they're making 2 to 2 year games, turnaround games for Game Pass. And they're just waiting to milk this service. That's what they're doing. As long as that's what I believe. I don't think they're sitting there saying we're going to take 5 years to make a game. I think you have a couple studios like 343 and Coalition that maybe will do that. But I think the other studios are not doing that. But I digress. Halo is going to be big. It has to be big. And Halo is the thing that could not save everything. Like, it's not going to save all the damage that they've done. But at least it ends, it comes to a high note. And it shows that 343 can do something with this franchise, because lately 343 and their games have not been that great. And they really have just really not taken Halo to that next level. Yeah, I did like the multiplayer in the other Halo 5. But again, you know, the maps were just forged maps. They really didn't give you some great maps, like memorable ones. Like, it really just wasn't there with that. And we'll see what Infinite is. You know, I want to see what kind of game it is, because is it a platform like a Minecraft, like an open, just a Destiny type game, or is it something where you know, it's going to have a campaign and have a multiplayer and be a little more traditional? And what tropes is it going to have that makes it a subscription game, like part of Game Pass? Is it going to have rec cards? Are they going to have a lot of microtransactions? Are they going to add stuff later? Is it going to be like, oh, here's 3 game modes at first, but we're going to add more game modes later? Zombies is coming, Griffball later, and all this other stuff, and not be this huge game at launch and just be this kind of dripping content out at you, which Bonnie Ross alluded to in that interview last year. We'll just add to it. We can't just make it bigger than Halo 5. We're just going to focus on what works, and we could always add later. Oh, crap. That sounds like a service game to me, and I played that in my last videos. But July is going to be the showcase for Halo. You know, and also, too, I think they said on Xbox.com or one of the tweets that it's going to be live. So they're not doing the pre-recorded thing. And I saw a lot of people in the comments of it going like, oh, you got to do exactly what Sony did. Listen, Microsoft came out and said, Xbox 2020 is a rebranded Inside Xbox. So whatever the format of Inside Xbox was, that is what you're going to get. It's just that in July, you're going to get probably more of Phil Spencer, and you're probably going to get more of their first party. And, but they're not doing like a stage show and transitions. Like, it's not that. It's still going to be probably webcams and videos. Like, I don't think it's going to be like Phil did an interview today, and he's still doing it from his home. He's not on stage anywhere. Like, so I don't know the production. So if you're looking for like a production like Sony, that was a production of productions. Like Sony did an incredible job with that reveal. Microsoft is not going, I don't think Microsoft is going to have that kind of production. They're going to shoot people out of cannons. Yeah, I know, JCat. They said that they're going to do it live. I think it's on Xbox. I think they said tune in live. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, they said something where I'm Phil Spencer. Here we go. So Phil, now just to the Philness. Like, I'm hyped for Halo. I really want to see what Halo is. I'm probably gonna buy it if it is everything, because I'm not gonna subscribe to a service for Halo. Like, I'm gonna buy Halo if it's that incredible. But I really hope it looks great too. So he had this interview with Game Lab today, Philness, our good friend Phil. And, Xbox Game Pass, PC has millions of users, but he really hyped up this thing. Xbox All Access. And basically, it's the subscription of where you pay monthly for your console and Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years. They basically take Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years and your console, and they just say, hey, $37 a month gives you Game Pass Ultimate and a console. And you have 18 months to pay it. And again, just like a phone model,
we're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible.
Basically you're financing the console. But the Philness part of it is that you're not just financing the console, but they're forcing you to have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with Xbox All Access. So this is what it is. And this is what he was hyping about, saying that this is going to be very important for next generation. So, Xbox One console on upgrade, and the upgrade option. All right. So for example, you could do, yeah. Look at this. This is what console gaming has turned into. Yeah, what's up, Ravenflow? How you doing? The world's most powerful console for $24.99. It's like a goddamn infomercial. For 24 months, no upfront cost, 0 APR. 24 months of Game Pass Ultimate, and you have to pay at least 18 months before you could upgrade to the next console. So if you read this part of it, the thing, it's at participating retailers. It's a 2-year subscription to Game Pass Ultimate. However, in order to upgrade, it says upgrade option is only equivalent after 18 months. So, if I say now, I want to go buy a Series X, right? I want to buy an X, right? And I'm like, I'm going to upgrade. Well, if I buy this now, I'm not going to be able to upgrade when the Series X comes out. In November or December. So basically, I cannot wait. I can't do it this thing. Exactly, just like Hira, just like your phone. So you have to pay 18 months of $24.99 before you're able to upgrade to the Series X. And that's how it is with all these. So if you buy this now, you'll have to wait 18 months. So you got to wait a year and a half from now. So next holiday is when you could buy the next Xbox. That's when you can upgrade. So if you go do this now, you're trapped into this thing. 0 APR rate. Woo! The only thing is that it's only in a couple of stores. It's only in a Microsoft store, really. But the thing is that it's it's giving you Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which for $15 a month. So what is this? Hold on, let me see this. Okay, so 15 times 24. So 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate. Because remember, Game Pass Ultimate is $15, right? Yeah, you hear Baby Grinds? Yeah, I know. That's my little bruiser. She's oh yeah, she's a gamer. She's a bruiser. And my son's a big gamer too. He's 8. But Baby Grinds, yeah. Like, hey dad. But $15 for 2 years, because remember, you get 2 years of this. The reason why I'm highlighting this is Phil said in this article, like, this is big. So 2 years of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $360. So Alexa, 15 times 24.
15 times 24 is 360.
That's a $360 surplus. And basically, the console is half of that. So basically, Alexa, 25 times 24.
25 times 24 is 600.
So this, after 2 years, is $600. Okay? We just said 15 times 24 is 360. So $240 is basically the console. Because they're getting you for $360 on the service. It's $600 not for the console. It's $600 for the services and the console together. Now, granted, if you say I'm going to sign up for 2 years of Game Pass, which I'm telling you, when that Pop-Tart thing runs out and the $1 a month, $15 a month for the content that they're providing, and everybody's like, because everybody converted their Xbox Live to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $1. That ends. You're only allowed to do that for 2 years. So that ends next year. And next year, people are going to be faced with having to pay $15 a month. That's when Phil flips the script. That's when he flips that switch. Right now, it's the coaching. It's the coaching part now. The necessity. And exactly. That's why this loss, Salty's right. The dollar deals ain't cutting it. The dollar deals are just to get you in the mentality of not owning your games, of not buying games when they get launched, of just getting games showing up in a Game Pass. It's basically mentally coaching you to enjoy a subscription gaming service. So then when Philness comes in and says, guys, $1 up.
I'd buy that for
$15 a month now. No more promotions only for new subscribers. All you guys that took advantage of that Xbox Live and you stacked Game Pass for $1. Yep, all you guys now, that's done. Because remember, people only could do that for a few years. And that was up to 2021. That was 3 years from last year you're allowed to do it. So past 2021, everybody's going to be paying $15 a month. It's Phil Spencer's job now until 2021 to get you coached to not own your games, to not buy a game, to accept it in Game Pass. That's their job right now. It's a scam. And the same thing, too. Ultimate is part of the scam, too. And what they're going to do to keep you in they're going to keep adding stuff. Like, everybody's talking about how great xCloud is. xCloud right now, if you're in the beta, you could basically play all their exclusive games for free. There's no cost to get Xbox xCloud right now. There will be when it launches. Now, whether they throw that into Ultimate and not charge an extra $5, or they make Ultimate $20 a month, exactly. And the games of gold is shit. You want to know why? Because Xbox Live is done. Xbox Live is over. Like, Xbox Live is basically Game Pass. Like, Xbox Game Pass is going to be live Xbox games and PC games, and maybe some stuff with xCloud. And that's it. Xbox Live is gone. Xbox Live Gold, that $5 is negligible. That's going to be enrolled into this package deal. They're treating it exactly like a cable company. You know when you get triple play? Oh, well, if everything, it's $179 a month. Give me my cable, my phone, and my TV. All right, but why am I paying for the phone? I don't use the phone. All right, well, you don't want the phone. Well, now here you go. Cable's $100 and TV's $100. But wait a second, you just said $179. Well, that's if you bundled the phone. So you mean I pay less and I get more? Yes. But so by going from triple play to double play, you're not saving money. You think you are because you're getting rid of the phone, but you're not. Instead, the bundle is the better deal. And that's what Microsoft is doing with Game Pass Ultimate. Game Pass is going to be this ultimate bundle that you pay $20 a month or else. If you decided to go a la carte, it's going to be almost double the price probably. Oh, well, excuse me. Okay, well, for $20, I give you all this. But if you just want Game Pass for Xbox, that's going to be $10. What? And then if you want Xbox Live, it's going to be another $5. So wait a second. I just play on Xbox. I don't want it on PC. I don't want xCloud. I just want Xbox and Xbox Live. Well, that's $15. But for $5, you get the games on PC. It's a no-brainer. It's a bundle deal. And the thing is once they get you on the bundle, that is the end of the console. Because the bundle is going to be platform agnostic. That's why they're giving you PC games. Know why? Because they want you to experience it on PC. They don't care if you buy an Xbox. Phil said it. I don't care. If you want to upgrade in the fall or upgrade next year, I don't care. Stay where you are. But you know what? The thing that grinds my gears about this whole thing is that this is all creative, but it's all slickster shit. It's all hot air. It's all this like you're getting a deal, but meanwhile, when you open up the box, there's a bunch of parts from China that are broken. This is all slickster shit. Because all this bundling and all this other stuff, the content that you're providing is forgettable. So what am I getting? I'm getting a box and a subscription to do what? It's in Game Pass, grounded. The Kraken's coming. The content is not quality content. But you know what? Don't take my word for it.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
That's always been a hit on the company on that. Whenever I hear some criticism.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like I think we've gone through times.
Not to throw mud on you, but I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is. It is fair to say, and
he said it. And the critics say it. There's no quality. So all this is nice, but the thing is putting the cart before the horse. Like you really should have content that people want to play, and then now you figure out ways that people could experience that content. That's what Fortnite did. People wanted to play Fortnite, and now they said, hey, let's put it on a phone. Let's put it here. And basically, let's build an Epic store. And that's what he did. And then you have the other end on PlayStation. Dude saying, like, quality is what we're known for. Our studios are top quality. Jim Ryan saying that stuff. And then Jim Ryan says this stuff. You think Phil's going to say this quote?
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
You think Phil's going to step aside and let the games do the talking in July? Or you think Phil is going to take the podium and try to Philness his way into the hearts and minds of Xbox gamers? Or is he just going to say, here are the games. Enough from me. You know?
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
So this is what he continued to say. I watched the show. He's talking about Sony's show. They did a good job. I sent Jim a note, congratulated him. In this environment, the high production is very not easy. Okay. Just being honest, I felt good after seeing this show. I think the hardware advantages that we've built are going to show up when we're going to talk more about our games and frame rates and other things. I thought the games lineup we're going to have at launch, I felt really good about. I don't know what the hell is goddamn English. And we got more clarity on what they're doing, obviously, at their show, which just helped us focus on showing what we have. So I think they've done a good job. They do what they do very well, and they did that. But I think about the position we're in with the games we're going to show with the hardware advantage that we have, I think are in a very good position. I feel good about July. And that was this interview. Now, nice words, I guess, by that. And Salty sent me a link here of this article. Yo, what's up, Rainflow? Rainflow says, Sony's putting a rival system on their platform. Microsoft can't partner with Google and Twitter. Yeah, Microsoft had no option for this. Like, they had to go to Facebook or just not have anything. You know, they had to give an out, but they can't go to Google and Amazon because they have their own things. So now what he's talking about as the next generation is this. And just to finish the other point, is that here's this quote from this article. He said, Xbox All Access is going to be critical to both our launch for the Series X as well as the overall generation. So he's thinking that monthly Xbox All Access plan is going to be very critical, which, you know, people saying $200 Xboxes.
No deal.
Or Series X is going to be that astronomical, they're going to need a financing option for it. So I don't know. But he talked about immersion. All right. And he goes, and this is the point, this is the quote that Salty pointed out to me. He goes, I think we're at a point now with immersion, with the tools we have and the compute capability, that the deltas will be smaller from a visual impact, or that feature X was never possible before and now it is. And that might sound depressing to some, but I would say is the advantage side of what I'm seeing now is the immersive nature of the content that's getting created. Okay, first off, that is completely opposite of what he said in the other quote when he's talking about Sony's thing, where he says the power advantage that we have in our hardware is going to be shown. Here he's saying the deltas will be smaller from a visual impact. Okay. And some will be disappointed in that. But Sony showed Horizon and Ratchet and Clank that really made people go, wow, that's some next-gen stuff. So is Phil Spencer saying it's really going to be about the feel and the frame rate because of the faster speeds and load times? Actually, yeah, that's what he says here. The mitigation of load times and consistent frame rates. And, he's talking that the graphics are really not going to be the difference maker. But he's saying the power advantage will be shown at their show. Listen. I think we all could agree the most cinematic game or is Gears that they have, right? I think we all know that Microsoft Studios, besides probably the big one like Halo and Gears, right? The other studios are not making they're not making games on the level of a Horizon or an Uncharted or a Last of Us. Microsoft doesn't. That's why he says they're good at what they do. They're not trying to match that with their studios. So if you're sitting there thinking that Microsoft's now going to show their Last of Us 2, their God of War, their Uncharted. They're not. They never had. All these years, they never had that. What they had was great multiplayer games, and they bought some good exclusives and had some good partnerships. They never really made a lot of their own stuff. And they have a great racing game in Forza. Just wait, Ravenflow. Ravenflow says just wait.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
I think they're going to have innovation. I think they're going to have some neat little things. But I'm just not sure of what they're going to deliver. And again, Ravenflow says those other two. So we got Coalition 343, The Initiative. Hey, what's up, Darkside Havoc? How you doing? Playground and The Initiative. Playground, we know it's probably making Fable, and The Initiative is making something with the 44 guys, which we had just about enough employees in the live stream, as The Initiative supposedly has 44 people. So Phil continues to say, I don't know what it goes from X to Y in terms of feature capability, but definitely in terms of feeling of immersion and content that is created right now. I think we're going to come to a really great feature where stories will have even more feeling and impact. We will see. And I hope he's not using Grounded as an example of immersion. Like, oh, you really feel like you're in the grass. But, you know, I got to just say it. I got to do it again.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
Enough. He's been doing this stuff for the last year and a half, just talking and talking. Now it's about All Access. And he says here, the response that we've tested with All Access has been great. But as you said, it's been limited in terms of the market. So you're going to see a much broader market and retailer support for All Access. As you said, it matches a model customers use for many other devices, phones. And if you have services attached to those devices that people love, it just becomes an easy way to bring a product to customers. So that's what they're planning on. That's their strategy. Their strategy is to sell you a subscription box. So sell you hardware that has a subscription tied for it, the cell phone model. And what do you think you can get? Cell phone games. So you're going to get cell phone games. So cell phone model. They're basically turning the console into the cell phone market. So you're basically paying your internet to T-Mobile, whatever like that, and they just slap the phone on associated with the service. Same thing here. We have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is the service. We're just slapping that onto the console. So he doesn't want to sell you a console without the service. He wants Game Pass Ultimate to go out with every console sold. So if he just sells you a console and you pick up Halo and go home and play Halo or go home and play Fortnite, you're not a Phil Spencer customer. You're not a Phil Spencer customer. Phil Spencer wants you to go home with a console and then go subscribe to Game Pass. Now you're a Phil Spencer customer. He don't want you buying the game and going home and playing it traditional. So I look at this and I go, you really think this mentality is going to have Xbox sell better? When they're trying to shove a service down your throat? Like, it's blatant now. It's not like, oh, you need Xbox Live or you need PlayStation Plus. No, this is like blatant. You need our service to play games. Like, you know, it's going to be a no-brainer. Like, you got to subscribe to Game Pass in order to do this. Like, that's what this is. It's a no-brainer. And it's just so weird. It's so weird. And you know what? Hey, what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if they look at, we're here a year from now, and we're looking at it, and PlayStation 5 selling bonkers. They're at 3 million or whatever, 4 million. And Xbox is just like, yeah, we had some engagement, and we're sitting here now in July of next year, and Xbox is just rolling into engagement numbers. Sony's like, we sold 5 million. You know what's going to happen. And we already saw it. I think somebody pointed it out to me too. Square Enix already said that the PlayStation 5 is their lead platform for development. Dude. Now you're just getting Xbox. Xbox is getting ports again. No, the Xbox power is not being utilized because Xbox is not it is not the leading console. See, you want to be. That's why the 360 was such an advantage, because it came out a year, but it was the lead console for development. So all the devs worked with the 360, and they basically just ported their games over to PlayStation. That's why Xbox 360 had better games running. So now you got a 12 teraflop machine just sitting out there, and you got people developing for the PlayStation 5 and going, okay, well, slap it on Xbox. You saw what happened with the X. Like, same resolution. Maybe it runs a little bit better. Maybe they just jack up the resolution a little bit. Dude, that's it. And that's why when I sit here and I hear these diehard Xbox fans going, Phil turned it around. He's going to make a comeback. When you hear this conversation, what he's saying, like, he's turning the console into a cell phone. He wants to sell Game Pass. He just wants to attach the console to it. That's why he don't care if you buy the new console. If you just stay on your X and just pay for Game Pass, you're a Phil Spencer customer. But that doesn't really grow the market. That doesn't really expand. He's doing, and in this whole thing, he is doing nothing here to lure in Nintendo and Sony gamers, making them want to jump and buy his stuff and do his subscription. Instead, he makes it even easier than ever for somebody to own a PlayStation and just dab into the games and not commit themselves to a subscription. Because that's what I kind of do. I play all my games on the console, but then when they say, hey, you know what, there's a game. And exactly, Info. Nadal wants Xbox to be a customer for he just wants it to be on the cloud. That's it. Because then what they could do is say, hey, you know what? We're on billions of devices because we're on every Android phone. That's it, man. But you want to know what? I don't know about you grinders out there. And shout out to over the 30 that we have in here live. My God. You guys are great. Making me 34. Holy crap. You guys are going to make me want to go live more often during prime time. I got another sub. Oh, my goodness. Guy, hit that sub button. Bringing this baby home right now. So, just saying, as a gamer, you hear Phil Spencer talking about this stuff. Oh, Xbox All Access program and Game Pass and this stuff. And you know, you hear him. He's been talking like this for the last year and a half. They had every opportunity to talk about what their studios are working on. Some great games, great partnerships, exclusive games. It's not about the games. The games are a means to the service. And that's what bothers me this whole time, is that they never talk about what we want to play. Oh, Halo will be there. But really, that's all you are talking about? There's nothing in the last year and a half game-wise that's something worth. It's all just been like xCloud and getting on your phone and, oh, we're partnering with Amazon, with Samsung. And here's some. Oh, we're gonna buy some more studios, and it's all about all access and subscriptions and Game Pass and getting games on phones and on PC, and it's like it's ad nauseum of all this bullshit. Meanwhile, Sony has a goddamn show.
We're gonna have the games do our talking.
Goddamn Jim Ryan said, enough of me. I'm gonna let the games do the talking. Goddamn Jim Ryan hasn't said shit in 2 years. And the guy comes on for a 1 minute clip and says this.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
Meanwhile, Phil Spencer's been yapping his mouth for 3 years about all services and content and subscriptions and all access and consoles and hardware and strap-ons for your phone. Jim Ryan comes on for 1 minute, introduction, and goes, enough of me. I'm going to show some games. It's like, holy shit. Jim Ryan, he talked for 2 minutes. He didn't even talk for 2 minutes. He's like, all right, enough of me. Here's the games. You think, like, holy shit. I expect Phil to say that stuff. Enough of you, Phil. Where the hell are the games? Oh, July. What games? Exactly. What games? They show some games in fucking June, and then they spend two weeks apologizing, going, guys, it wasn't gameplay. We promise. Sorry. We'll know better next time. Like, like shit, man. Like, come on. Hey, Phil, what was about that quality?
Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first party output.
Last few years.
That's always
Don't
been
say.
a hit on the company on that.
A hit on the company.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through times
Not to
where
throw
we've done
mud on you, but I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It's a fair
criticism. It is fair to say, and
it is fair to say. On top of that, Jim Ryan says, "Enough of me. Let the games do the talking." Just to put it in perspective, I'm playing Last of Us 2. I didn't play Neo 2, but that was an exclusive. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm still playing. Death Stranding from the end of last year. Days Gone. I just beat Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Or Zero Dawn, the first one. I'm the other one. They got Ghost of Tsushima coming in 4 weeks. 3 weeks. Sorry, excuse me. 4 weeks, right? Which I think that game has more potential because I think a lot of problem that people have with The Last of Us 2 is that they were so tied to the characters, they're letting their emotions get ahead of them in the characters and stuff. But the game is phenomenal. Just the gameplay and what you're doing in it and the intensity and the pacing. Like, the game is great. You may not appreciate, like the character's direction that they're going, but it's an incredible story, and I'm along for the ride. But then, Ghost. Then they show you Ratchet and Clank. Next gen PlayStation 5. They show you Horizon Zero Dawn. They show you Spider-Man Miles Morales that you're going to be playing this holiday. My son is so hyped just to play more Spider-Man. And the graphic comparisons, it looks great. Built up. I don't care if it's an 8-hour game. You want to know what? It's I would prefer Miles Morales to show the power of my PlayStation 5 at launch than a goddamn bug demo that Microsoft released on the Xbox One X. When you came home, you got to see an HDR picture of a fucking bug to show the power of the X. That's what you got. That's what you got. You got a goddamn bug in HDR to show your X capabilities. That people were looking at the fucking bug. Was it a bug or a butterfly? I'd rather be playing Spider-Man to show my thing. Here you go. This is what everybody got to do when they brought their $500 Xbox One X. Here you go. Oh, man, look. Jim! Honey, get in here. Get in here. I just bought a $500 machine. You got to see the powers. Is it a game machine? Yeah, it's a game machine. Come look at this. Look at $500. I just bought this. Look. Look what I can do. I could turn on HDR with the Y button. Look, I can hit the X button and change the resolution. Look, honey. $500. Come here. Get in here. Look, I can even hit the B button. Oh, here's the bug. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this. Is this a game, honey? No. This is the... Well, what game did you get with it? They say the Halo's going to get an update, but the bugs, honey. Look at the bugs. But this is a gaming console, right? Yeah. But this is not a game. No, but this shows the power of my machine. Look at the ladybug. Look. Should I hit the X? Honey. Should I... Oh, the spatial audio. I'm going to hit B. I'm going to hit B right now. You want to see what happens when I turn off HDR? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, honey. Look, I can change the time of day. Oh, look at this. I just spent $500. Look at the bugs. Look, oh, I could change the flower color. Look, honey, I could change the color of the ladybugs. This is what they gave you at launch on the Xbox One X, the most powerful console in the world. They gave you a bug demo and Lucky's Tales. And delayed the goddamn Trish's Crackdown. So, I'd rather play an 8 to 10 hour Spider-Man Miles Morales game built for the PlayStation 5 when I buy my PlayStation 5 than to stare at a 5-minute fucking bug demo and play with the lighting. This was the best thing that Microsoft... Look, Robo Ladybug. There you go. This is the best thing that Microsoft made for you for the Xbox One X. God forbid they made a fucking game that used the power of the system at launch. No. I'm going to go play with ladybugs. Look at this. Oh, look at the before and after HDR split. The most powerful console in the world, I get to play with ladybugs and lighting. I'd rather have a game. This is it.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
This game thing has been a problem for a long time. A couple of years, according to Phil. The last few years, they haven't done well. So, they know what they need to do. And July better be good. Because if they're going to do Lady Insect's Demo, the sequel, for your Series X, or waste time in announcing more goddamn hardware in a Lockhart, a weaker system, and talk about why they need to justify a weaker console in the world of next generation. That's just wasteful time. Just show the game. Like, it's so simple. You make a gaming machine and you make games for it. Nintendo's doing it, selling blockbusters. Sony's doing it, selling blockbusters. Microsoft's not doing it, only one that's not selling. It doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take an Xbox insider. I don't have to sit on chats with Phil Spencer to figure out what the problem is. Everybody knows the problem. They know the problem. The problem is they're not going to respond to that problem by giving us what we want. Because what we want is not what they want. He wants fast content games rolling into a service so you keep paying that monthly subscription. He's not there to give you a 50, a 60-hour cinematic experience or give you a 25, 30-hour really in-depth story with amazing gameplay and graphics that took 5 years to make. No. He's there to give you a game that needs content. A game that has a multiplayer component and we could add characters. A game that has microtransactions where you'll play the game but you'll stick around for the outfits and pay for the outfits. Fable. How's that going to be there? You think they're going to give you a 30-hour Fable game, or is it going to be episodic? Will they give you Fable each season? Oh, okay, well, here's Fable, but, it's part 2. It's an 8-hour experience of Fable. It's a section of the world. And then in the next few months, we'll release the second part of Fable. Are they going to do that? Or will they legitimately give you a 100-hour RPG in a Pop-Tart service? I'll be impressed. I'm not going to complain. If you're going to give me full $60 retail's worth games in a subscription service for $1, I'm for it. That's great. But my fear is that these games, and we have seen, these games are compromised because they know that. They're either small, they're either missing content, they're either need patched later, they're either just hokey dokey passion projects. You've seen the quality. Just look at the game, and not only the quality, but they're just forgettable. Bleeding Edge is done bleed out. Like, it's done. Nobody wants to play that next gen with 4K enhancements or whatever optimized for Series X. Nobody gives a shit. July, it's Microsoft's turn to say, hey, please give a shit about us and let the games do the talking. But everything from Phil's comments make it look like, oh, it's the feel, it's the frame rate. He keeps talking about this frame rate stuff. And I really think he's referring to third party. I don't know how much they're going to show. And I really think maybe Halo. Like, Halo was it. Halo is it. Halo's got to be the show. And the reason why Phil Spencer, I believe he feels good after watching Sony's show, is that he's like, okay, thank God they're still making games for their console because they're not going to compete with what we're doing because we're doing some fuck shit right now. We're going clouds and services and all this other stuff. And like I said before, people sit here and go, oh, xCloud and Stadia, the future, Holyfield, Tyson, here they come, Stadia, xCloud, oh, this the fight of the century, who's going to win? Oh, no, here comes Amazon. But really, that's through, I guess, an Xbox person's eyes or Google, I don't know. But really, that Holyfield fight with Tyson, with xCloud and Stadia, it's in reality, it's bum fights. A bunch of bums fighting each other. Nobody cares. You win, yeah, whatever. But to them, they're like, oh, this is the fight of the century. Fight of the century. Nobody gives a shit. It's goddamn bum fights.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
And they're like, oh, here comes Xbox.
Never give up. Never surrender.
A bunch of bums fighting right there. And I was like,
I gotta pay.
I have no time for this. xCloud and Stadia, they're going to fight. Get the, you know what, guys? That's right, Mog. Enrique, yeah, shout out to those guys. B-Rap. Sony's not done. Okay? You think Microsoft's July event and Sony's not going to talk? Sony's not done. Okay? That's why July's event needs to be really good. Because Sony's not done. And the biggest point, Sony's making next-gen exclusive games. Sony didn't have to worry about telling you, oh, this is a cross-gen game. Oh, it's optimized for PlayStation 5. No. They're all built for the PlayStation 5, and they're not coming to the PlayStation 4. Because I remember some fools telling me, Sony will never leave back 112 PlayStation 4s. They're not making money. They want you to upgrade. Okay? Sorry. They're making a new product and they want to make new content for that new product that does not held back. And they want you to buy it. Sorry. I question more of a person making new hardware without new content and just trying to recycle old content. I think that's a failing strategy. New games for a new system. That makes sense. I don't know how it says new system, old games. Look better. I would question that strategy more than that. You know, let's use our lemonade stand. The one person squeezing the lemons. Here's the lemons. Dark Souls. Oh shit, it's another one, Ravenflow. Freshly squeezed lemons. Here's your lemonade. It's a hot day. Here's the ice. I'm going to squeeze this lemon right into your drink. Here's some here's sugar. And then you got the Phil Spencer lemonade stand. Yeah, I got some old lemonade. I got some old lemons from last month. It's already in the thing. I squeezed them last week. I threw some ice in them, so it's cold. Sir, the PlayStation lemonade stand is squeezing fresh lemons right in front of me to drink. You're trying to give me lemons from last month that you just squeezed last week and telling me that you just made it cold with ice. Thank you, Pug Channel. Thank you for the lemonade emoji. Hit that like button. Share it out, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We got lemonade emojis in the chat. It's right, Buck Roger. But Phil Spencer selling it for $1. Oh shit. Oh no. That's the deal of the century. Yeah, right. That lemonade at PlayStation, that's $10. But then Phil Spencer goes, here are my last month's lemons. But he's selling it for $1. But you want to know what? Maybe it's just a sample because he wants to give you to get a little sample for $1, but then he wants you to keep coming back for his old ass lemonade. But like, if you're gonna make a new hardware, you look at any of these electronics. When they come out with something new, they're always like, here's the new things we've added to it. They never come out like, oh, here's the new model. It plays all your old shit better. Goodbye. No, they're like, here's the new model. It takes camera. Here's the new camera lenses. Here's this. Here's that. It was all the new shit. Phil would even upgrade that lemonade for free. That's right. Phil will make you subscribe to his goddamn lemonade booth. He'll say, you know what? I'm going to be here for the next couple of months. And for amazing $1 and then $15 after that, you could come back here and drink all my shit-ass lemonade. Dudes, all this talk, all this stuff, you can't look with a legitimate somebody straight in the eye and go, this is going to sell more Series X's. This is going to put Xbox back into the 360 realm. This is going to make the console relevant again. All the guy wants to basically bundle the goddamn console with a fucking subscription and drip and have you drip fed for $30 a month. And that's the key to success. You're gonna sign a 2-year contract and lock your ass in for 2 years in a subscription that you don't know what games are coming to it. You don't know what games are coming, but you're gonna pay 2 years worth of it. Okay. I kind of like the monthly payments because if I don't like what's coming, I could cancel it. Think about signing up for 2 years and being like, where is it? Hold on. Sign up for 2 years of Xbox Game Pass, and it's like, hey, you don't even know what's coming. You got Observation, Streets of Rogue, The Messenger, which is like Ninja Gaiden. I guess that game's good. But like, okay. Look how they advertise this thing, man. Just so cringy. Have some fucking respect. You advertise these games like they are like late night fucking infomercials. Like this just kind of reminds me of like Aaron Greenberg just having the meme of the Xbox as a refrigerator. Like, have some self-respect. Like, believe in your service. Don't mock yourself. I don't know. I don't think it's funny. I think it's just mocking. Like, it's like, oh yeah, look, Xbox Game is call now. Like this is some late night goddamn infomercial. Like, it just seems mocking. Like, it just seems like, yeah, this is trash. Like, you know. I don't know. This just seems so like just this very kind of just like, I don't know if it's self-awareness or what. Like, hey. Yeah, I think the messenger. Yeah, Billy Mays. That's right. Like the con man. Yeah, like I just think that I don't know. It seems weird. I don't know. It's just so weird. Just this subscription. Ugh. How did it come? I still don't know how it came to this crap, man. I still don't know. Oh, Phil, what's he showing here? Oh. But anyway, guys. I think, what the hell is it? Oh, I thought those were Greenbergs. I was like, what? The Greenberg shoes. Tim Dog. Phil's really hopping on frame rates and pushing the limits. Many gamers talk about what they want. 60. Oh my God, 60 frames. Xbox will, in my opinion, offer the most 60 frames a second. Now we're talking about who's going to offer the best frame rates. Listen. If frame rates are important to you, go get a fucking C. Okay? Oh my God. To hear console people just yelling about frame rates. Oh, well, I gotta get 60. I gotta get 120. You are at the mercy of the devs. All right? Just get a PC. If Tim, if that matters so much to you, that game's gonna be 60 and 120, then go play on PC. It's not like Microsoft has games that are exclusive to their platform. All their bullshit is on PC. So if 60 frames is what everybody wants, then don't wait for the dev to give it to you on console. Go take it on PC. The problem that we have is that Microsoft Sony is actually making games for their console that you need their console to play. So it's too bad. And you know what? If the games look absolutely amazing and they're 30 frames a second and they should be 30 frames, then let them be. I don't care. If it was a multiplayer game and it needs 60 frames and it's 60, then fine. But if it's a single-player cinematic game that's creepy and horror, it don't need to be 60 frames. I don't care. That's right, the coon, right? He takes L's. Most games at launch, most 120 frames per second. And then one last thing. You really think Dirt 5, oh my God, has 120 frames on the Series X? Oh, but it's not going to have it on the PlayStation 5, right? Come on. I don't think third-party devs are going to do one feature on one console and not on the other. Okay? So whenever it's like, oh, Dirt's 120 frames, I'm sure the PlayStation has the same performance mode that it's 120 frames, if it really fucking matters. The problem is Microsoft has the most powerful console, but nobody's going to really utilize that power, and it's up to Microsoft to use it. Just like Sony is showing how their power is being used, guess what? They're not depending on the Assassin's Creed dev to make sure that their powerful console is demonstrated. No, Sony's taking the bull by the horn, saying this is our hardware. They even said it. Our first party knows the hardware better than anybody. They're the ones that are going to utilize it the best. Third party has multiple configurations to deal with. They're not going to have the time to invest into all the intricacies of our hardware. First party has the most experience with our hardware. That's why first party delivers first party games that look the best. That usually are typically a first party game is something that, shout out to the footy grinders. Holy crap. Grinds at prime time, baby. Woo! No announcement, just went live. You guys are awesome. But first-party games are usually showing the capabilities of the machine. Perfect example. Astrobot Playroom is a free game that comes with the PlayStation 5, right? And it utilizes all the intricacies of the controller. That's not only for us to experience what it is, but it's also to show the capabilities. So when devs are making a game, they're like, oh shit, wait, that Astrobot demo, they used that controller in a creative way. They basically, made it feel like it was weighted to one side when the character was balancing on a beam. Like the shift in weight was actually felt in the controller with that Astrobot demo. You know what? We're doing let's do that. Let's put that in our game. That's what first party does. First party demos the capabilities of the hardware, the accessories, the software, all coming together. And that's basically the model for what other developers might want to do with it. And that's what Microsoft needs to make sure their first party is doing, showing what the intricacies of their system are so that other devs want to do that same stuff. The problem is that Microsoft first party has been horrible. That nobody wants to follow. Nobody's thinking about, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a hero shooter right now because Bleeding Edge did so well. No. Nobody's saying that. So first party is the demo reel. That's what takes advantage. And now Microsoft's first party. And a lot of people criticize, you shouldn't compare Microsoft Xbox 2020 because that was their third-party showcase compared to Sony's show. You got to wait till July. All right, we'll wait till July, guys. All I know is that Sony didn't fall on their face. Sony came out with the big guns. Sony said, let the games do the talking. They turned heads with the design of the console. They turned heads with Horizon 2, Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, Spider-Man, and that was just to name a few. Sony did their job. All right? Microsoft was not going to win because Sony stumbled. Sony capitalized on Microsoft's failings of not showing gameplay by demonstrating gameplay of their amazing-looking current-gen games and say, oh, it has some next-gen gameplay too. Sony's firing on all cylinders. People before that Sony event were saying that this is a new regime. They're going to announce all games on PC at this show. They didn't. Sony came out and turned heads. Now Microsoft has to respond. And that's what needs to happen in July. And if Phil wants to sell you cell phone subscription models, dude, whatever. That's going to be a key aspect. I don't know, man. Guys, hit that like button. Let's try to get to 40 likes because we're going to close down prime time. What grinds my gears? But I like Xbox. I'm hopefully Halo shows, man. I can't wait. But Sony, man, they've done their job. And now it's up to July. And we'll talk more about it as we go. But, it just was not a lot of good PR for them. And Sony seems to be, The Last of Us. They had the PlayStation announcement. They had the Unreal 5 demo that was really akin and associated with them and Sweeney fighting that battle. And Microsoft had no gameplay, had Greenberg apologize, and now the whole mixer shut down and all those accusations going on internally with the executives and just shutting down the service when they're trying to sell you on a service. Do you think any of those people that Microsoft abandoned, you think they're going to run around and go, oh, I can't wait to subscribe to an all-access Xbox for 2 years? How many people I saw on Twitter going, I'm not buying an Xbox. I'm not going to Facebook. They pissed off a lot of people, man. They pissed off a lot of friggin' people. And Phil does his Philness talking. Luckily, we had that little Halo tease. But guys, with that, it's been the 2 hours. Another quadruple A content. We hit just as many people as the initiative. and hit that like button. The support has been amazing, guys. Thank you again. And hit the subscribe. I hit over 400. I want to thank you again for that. It's awesome. And I'll be back in, maybe in a few days. We'll see what happens. But hit that notification button too, because I kind of want to do I do a show maybe on Monday, or I've been doing them, but just when I have some stuff that just built up, I just want to talk about it. But I want to thank you guys that you hung in there, stick around as a show Ravenflow. Thank you very much. Yep, and hit that notification button, because you never know when I'm gonna go live and talk about what grinds my gears. Thank you, Captain Crunch. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, J Cat. Thank you, Buck Rogers, Glorious Kev, Impatient Fire, Pug Channel, Hyro, Salty was there, Jose. What? Thank you. The Floyd, I think the Floyd came in here too. But I want to thank you guys. Game Night. Yes, he's mentioned about Astrobot. Thank you, Game Night. Yes, exactly. Mog, thank you again. Let's see if there's anything else. Before I head out, guys, do you have any questions? Thank you, Buck Roger. Thank you. Do you have any questions? I'll give you a minute with the 41 grinders in here. I'll give you any question. I'll take the first question that pops up. What grinds your gears? Yes. Mog says, without the money the console gaming brings, what is the last AAA PC exclusive release? PC went on the same library as now. I don't know, Mog. PCs don't get exclusive. They're still waiting for Horizon. They got the exclusive VR game. What will make Mixer good? Well, that didn't age well, Glorious Kev. Mixer is dead. Will Xbox ever have games again? Now, yes, they will have games. It's just not the games that you probably want to play. Which goes right to the next question, what is my favorite hentai game that Mog always asks for? Their hentai games do exist. But do you want to play them? That's the problem. Ninja, where's Ninja going to go? I think Ninja's going to go to YouTube. That guy's counted his millions, man. He cashed out. He's like, I don't have to struggle with that Mixer crap anymore. I just cashed out. He just made 4 years of money in 6 months. Amazing. That's $1 trillion company for you right there. Wasteful money. Yep. Oh, and Gears Tactics will probably be announced in July, coming to Xbox. What was that? Crickets? Crickets. Yes, we heard crickets. Jess, how many good games does Xbox have to show in July to win me over? The problem is that I'm looking at all this, this focus where Microsoft is going. I'm not going to invest in a console. I don't trust them to keep with that console. But to get me excited for Xbox, Halo needs to show its legacy. Halo needs to give me a wow. Woohoo! I'm ready to play Halo. But that's about it. I don't Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was great because it was a sequel to GoldenEye. The Perfect Dark for 360 wasn't that great. So I don't know what Perfect Dark will look like. The problem is I don't think Phil has good vision as to what gamers want, in games. That's why I feel that his game Voodoo Vince and Crackdown, even those games were horrible, and those were his favorites. You would think if this was his favorite, he would have made sure that game was top notch, and Crackdown was the worst. So I just don't know if he really I just think that Phil is in a different place right now. He don't know what gamers want. And the Predator's a shitty game for PlayStation, but you know what? Sony signed the Predator. You know what I mean? They made that conscious decision to get a horror game or to get Predator on PlayStation. Yeah, it was not such a great game, but that it's interesting. You know what I mean? Who's signing that stuff? Yes. When I won an Xbox game, I bought me a Halo Chief Collection on Steam. I did buy that on Steam. And I'll probably buy Halo Infinite on Steam as well. Because I'm not dealing with that Xbox store. Half the time it says I don't own the game. It says that I'm part of Game Pass. I'm not part of Game Pass. You know. But yeah, Gloria, it's like I think they know what PC gamers want. I think, you know, putting that stuff on PC is definitely a win for them. You know, you're seeing how Sea of Thieves has done really well on Steam. You know, I do think that the Steam is really, you know, it's they want their games. You know what I mean? And the Steam guys, PC guys, they're cherry pickers. They'll pick you apart. Glorious knows, like you know, you wait like a sniper for the shit to go on Steam sale. Then you just pick apart what games you want because you have a unlimited amount of library of games. You have so many storefronts. You have so many options to play all different games. So like this stuff coming to you is just like icing on the cake. Like, oh, thanks, Phil. You don't have to buy a console now. Thanks. He knows what that's his venture, you know? Yeah, Halo 1 on PC. I never played it on PC. But yeah. Yeah, Gears didn't do so well on PC though. You're right. It didn't do so well. It didn't have legs. You know what? I don't know what the future of Gears is going to be with Roger Ferguson out there. You know what I mean? I think so. The high road, that's the main thing. Like if Phil came out in July and was like, "Hey, we're launching the Series X in the fall. We believe in generations. Here are games that we're making exclusively for the Series X and take full advantage of the 12 teraflops and only can be played on the Series X." And, you know, here they are. That will get me excited. And if they announce some of those games like a Mech Assault, a Crimson Size sequel, you know, these games look amazing, that will get me to get an Xbox. The exclusives. But when everything that they're launching is on a PC and is part of a subscription and all this stuff, like it really takes a lot of the excitement out of the game. You know what I mean? Because then you can sit there and go, oh, well, all those games they just announced, I don't even have to go pre-order them because they're just going to show up in my Game Pass. You know? So, like, that's the problem because, like, it's bigger now than just the games. It used to be just the games, right? It used to be they just need to make some great games. That's when Sea of Thieves was coming out. But now, with this focus on cloud and Game Pass and subscription consoles and it really, the thing is now is that it's now, even if they make these amazing games, they've gone so far on the deep end with off the deep end with these subscriptions and the small little games and stuff like that the games can't save them anymore. They gotta go back. You know? I alluded it to, like, if you had a pizza store that wanted to become a steakhouse, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, why are you still making pizza if you really want to be a steakhouse? And that's the question. If you really want to be in the cloud and you really want to be everywhere, then why are you still making consoles? You know what I mean? It's counterintuitive. Like, why are you going to make all this consoles if you really just want to be outside of the console? Like, you really want to be everywhere. And I said before, like, the main reason why they're just doing these consoles is because basically you're playing on the cloud blades. They're basically making you play on the blades for the cloud. They already, I saw Tom Warren already basically said, like, hey, they're upgrading all the S's to X's, like in the cloud, like in the servers. That's the thing. So you're playing on the Series X probably because the Series X is going to power their cloud. And when you're done with it, they'll basically just go, okay, thank you, and put it in the cloud. And now they got these things. But dude, like, I don't know. It's just so strange. They've lost direction. And you see what they do. They just bail out. But anyway, guys, I see you guys are yelling in the chats. If you can't get pizza with steak on it, I'm out. That's all right. I came for the steak. No steak pizza. That's all right, Gluerda. But, yeah, Gears is way more popular on Xbox. But they lost their way with that, too. I don't know, man. We will see. July is good. Oh, July can't come soon enough, baby. We will see. But, one more Microsoft service down. Abandoned. They didn't fix it. They just threw money at the problem. And you know what? I'm going to leave you with this thought. And this might be, I'm sure nobody's going to, well, the grinders will like it, but other people maybe listening to this video might not like it. I think that Xbox Series X is going to be to Xbox like Ninja was to Mixer. Pause. That's what I think. I think Game Pass, the Series X, is basically Xbox's Ninja. Ninja was a last-ditch effort. They threw money at the situation to try to spark interest. Now they've turned all their games into a subscription and trying to bundle it with a Series X. And I do think the Series X is Xbox's Ninja. Yeah, they just threw money. Yo, we're not doing well. Throw money at Ninja. Hey, we're not doing well. Put all games in the cloud. Put them all the games in the cloud. To make a last console, maybe it'll sell. And I said, we're sitting here next year. Go Ninja, go Ninja. But looking at Mixer as relative to Xbox, yeah, that's what I'm saying, impatient. That's it. Because looking at it, they invested all these studios, put everything in the cloud, do this. This is their exit strategy. This is not a consoles coming back strategy. This is not we're making great games exclusively for the platform anymore. They're not. It's the cloud. And they're going to the cloud whether you like it or not, right? But what's going to happen is that if you don't have the games, this is the same reason why Stadia is not doing well. They don't have the games that people want to play, so nobody's signing up for the cloud. But I can guarantee you, I keep saying it's the last thing, but this is the last thing. If Sony just said, guys, all our games are in the cloud tomorrow with Azure, they will win. Microsoft could be on 5 trillion phones. Stadia could be on every goddamn Google device. Sony could just go, guys, all our games are on the cloud right now. Sony wins. Somebody will say, you're a pony. What the hell are you talking about? But grinders, why does Sony win? Why? Same thing ran from Nintendo. All games streamable to your phone. Why? Thank you, J-Cat. The games. Last of Us, it beats Spider-Man. 3 million, 4 million sold. $60 products sold. Animal Crossing for the Switch. Bonkers. If any of them, either one of them flipped the switch and said, yo, play our games on the Samsung S20. Microsoft could have had 5 years of Philness. Just like they had a year and a half of Philness, and Sony came in with a PlayStation 5 event and just shut them down of 2 years of exclusive talking that Phil Spencer had. Sony does a PlayStation 5 event and shuts Phil the fuck up. Oh, all you showed was a logo. All you showed was a logo and a controller. One day, the world changed. Now it's like, July, so Microsoft, July, please. Meanwhile, before that event of Sony's event, it was like, oh, Sony's scared. All they showed you was a logo. Sony's so afraid. Dude, if Sony flipped the script right now and said, guys, we're going to the cloud. PlayStation Now, all games, day one, $20 a month, go. Spider-Man Miles Morales, Horizon 2, all going in there, day one. Xbox is done. Done. Nintendo. Hey, guys, you know what? Super Mario, Paper Mario, day one streaming service on your phone. Done. And they know that. Sony and Nintendo know they have the IP. They know that's why people come to them. They have that rabid fan base. So whenever they're ready to flip the switch and go to a cloud, I don't give a shit if xCloud is around. And I think Microsoft knows that. That's why they're so eager to get infrastructure and get out there, because they know that whenever Nintendo and Sony go that route, they have the content that people want to play. They have the content that people standing in line at McDonald's, yo, let me play some Last of Us on my phone, because I got to see what happens next. That's why Phil's needed to build IP this generation. He needed to build quality games that people wanted sequels to, just like Sony did with Horizon. Just like Sony wants to do with God of War, they remade it. Microsoft did nothing to give you quality content this generation to warrant any sequels. They decided to just make some hokey dokey AA studios to make some games for Game Pass. The problem is they're making games for the service and not making games for the gamer. And that's where the identity is lost. And exactly what Patient said. You can't beat quality games. So that's why. And Sony basically did what Microsoft didn't. Sony's making next generation games for a next generation platform, where Microsoft is taking current gen games and just saying that they're optimized for the Series X. You could take whatever you want. I'm going next gen games. If I could play backwards compatibility on some of these great games, that's great. And you want to know what? Sony made some incredible games that you probably want to play next generation. Who wants to play Sea of Thieves next gen? Who wants to play Grounded? Who wants to play Crackdown 3? Who wants to play State of Decay 2? Who wants to play Lucky's Tales? Who wants to play Grounded? Who wants to play Bleeding Edge? Who wants to play Recore? Any of you people not playing it now, you think you're going to play that next gen? Is backwards compatibility that necessary for those games? Who cares? Who wants to play those games next generation? And Battletoads, oh, we need a release date. That's the July event. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, guys. But that's the thing. That's why all this talk about cloud and Stadia, if Sony and Nintendo did it, yeah, 12 teraflops. That's right. If Sony and Nintendo did it, they would kill Xbox Stadia in an instant, because Sony and Nintendo have the games that people want to play. You're selling 3 million games and 3 million copies, 6 million copies, or whatever in 4 days. Oh, come on. Yeah, put that in a subscription. Holy shit. So, Xbox can't win unless they come out with games. And that's what July is. July is the building of new IP franchises. They have to show games there that people want to play. Not games that go, meh, I'll get it in Game Pass. I wasn't going to buy it anyway. That's not what people want. And that's what July can't be. Nah, it looked okay. I'll play it in Game Pass. Not bad. Because that's all Microsoft's at. It's okay. It's fun with friends. It's the B team. They got another one they just showed us the B team's passion project. The A team is still working on something else. We heard it all before. We will see. But with that, guys, it's been a long show and a prime time. Thank you so much. 40 grinders and maxed out of you. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Let's keep growing this grindhouse. It's just going to get better and better. The grinds board is rocking. And it's grinding time, baby. Have a good night, everybody. Once again, this is Jez7780 with What Grinds My Gears. And I am out.